Good morning. How you doing? My name is Jared. I'm working on my wife's 2009 CRV. Need to do it. I just changing the starter on it. And I've seen videos where people are taking the intake manifold off this guy here to do the starter. It's not necessary. Now, I didn't try that way per se. I don't know if it's easier or not, but I went on and did it from underneath the car. So basically, I took off this shield, which goes all the way across here. It's got a bunch of these little clips holding it. It's got two 10mm bolts, one here, one on this side, one on this side, and it's got some clips going around. I didn't take the entire thing off. I just took this one side off so I can move it out of my way. See, it's still connected to a point. Now there's your starter. That's the new starter I just started to put back in. It's got a 17mm bolt here, and on the back side, let's see if we can get the camera back here. On the back side of this guy, there's a 14mm bolt, and it's kind of long. The way I took this out, the best way I found was, see this hole here? This guy? That's where the knock sensor was. And here's a knock sensor. Okay. And he screws into here. Okay. And then there's a connector right there that plugs into that. Alright. Well, I've seen people try to get around removing that knock sensor. I found it easier just to take it loose. It's a 27. You're gonna need a guy like this. 27mm. There you go. That's a little Duralast I got from AutoZone. 27mm with a small 1/2-inch extension. Alright. And I use this 1/2-inch ratchet to get them out of there. Alright, so I unplugged that. Unplugged this guy. Took the knock sensor out of there. Just break it loose. You can take it off by hand. Move it out of your way. Make sure it's in a safe place. You don't want to damage it. Then it gives you access. Can't see it. Gonna have to feel it. It's a 14mm bolt holding the starter on the back side. I would suggest, once you get that going, taking that loose, twist it all the way out with your ratchet. Don't stop and try to use your hands to get the bolt out. It was a very stubborn bolt. I tried that 2-3 times. It didn't work. I just went on and took it completely out with the ratchet. There's also a bracket here that goes back here. It's at the bottom of the intake. You're going to need to take a 12mm, get him off. And it's a 12mm bolt that holds him. You got to take that off first before you can start. And then just pull this little harness loose off of the starter. Once you do that, you drop the starter down to about here, turn it, and then you got your connectors here and 12mm power. Take that loose, pull the starter right out, right through this area. So it comes right out of here, face forward. And reverse the process. Then once you get that guy all hooked up and get everything hooked up, hook your battery back up and see what you got. All right.